Terminology relating to narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder has been developed by psychologists and therapists over decades of research as well as by survivors of narcissistic abuse seeking a vocabulary to understand and talk about their experience. This list is not meant to be exhaustive but rather an overview of some of the most useful terms for understanding the pathology of narcissism and its impact on relationships and families. Hey there, আমি একজন ভারতীয় বাঙালি লার্নার। রিসেন্টলি নার্সিসিজম অ্যান্ড ইটস ইম্প্যাক্ট নিয়ে একটু চর্চা করছি। টুডেস টপিক পার্ট 3, a glossary of terms for understanding the madness, divide and conquer. This is a primary strategy narcissists use by splitting people into groups and playing them off against each other to assert control, particularly within their family. This weakens and isolates family members, making it easier for the narcissist to manipulate and dominate. The narcissist sets up an environment of distrust, competition, hostility, and terror in which individuals are trying to avoid attack, often at on another's expense. This manifests as ambient abuse, which is difficult to notice but very damaging in its toxicity. He or she favors some and scapegoats others, breeding mistrust and resentment among siblings or between the other parent and children. Such dynamics can also play out in work setting by pitting co-workers against each other. They will target the people they consider to be their competition, isolating them to make them feel like they are not valued or appreciated, or that they are being ignored or left out. As a result, their targets might transfer to another department or even leave the company. Sometimes narcissists will also use this evil technique to split up their friend group. By creating drama and gossip, they can cause friends to take sides and turn against each other. This can leave the narcissist target feeling isolated, alone, and without any support. Foxpology. Foxpology, a devious weapon of the narcissist, a type of apology where the person doing the apologizing does not actually feel sorry for what they have done. It is sometimes used by people who do not want to apologize but are forced to do so by circumstances or to save face. Their words might initially appear to be an apology, but once you peel away the layers, all you find are excuses and manipulations. Narcissists are masters at the art of deflection, and they wield foxpology like an weapon. Their apologies are usually designed to blame others or to make you feel guilty for having the audacity to get offended or to call out their bad behavior. Examples: I am sorry you interpreted something so innocent as unfair. I am sorry you think I am such a disappointment as a mother. I am sorry you are so sensitive. I am sorry you can't understand how others feel. Or I am sorry you are so angry. Neglect. This is a private form of abuse in which caregivers ignore the emotional, psychological, and physical needs of their dependents. It can range from the providing adequate food or shelter to failing to provide affection, supervision, or protection. A child who is raised by parents who fail to respond adequately to their emotions and emotional needs for whatever reason may experience childhood emotional neglect. As a child who does not get their emotional needs met, they receive a subliminal message, basically telling them that their needs are not important enough to be taken care of. When this happens as a protective tool, Often children will grow up learning to push down any emotion or block them out altogether. Although hiding from emotions may have worked as a protective measure in childhood, as an adult it can have serious negative effects on your ability to function normally. Numbing yourself from your feelings will keep you disconnected and isolated from other people, stopping you from being able to form healthy relationships. It will also make you feel less valued and less worthy than other people. Parentification. When most people think of the term parentification, they immediately associate it with parenting skills and duties. However, in this case, it is the children doing the parenting and not the adults in the narcissistic family. This is a role reversal whereby a parent inappropriately looks to a child, usually the oldest or most capable to take on parental roles and responsibilities in the family. Narcissists often parentify a child to meet their emotional need, physical need, or sexual needs. Parentification is an extreme violation of children's boundaries, burdening them with adult boundaries. A parentified child may be expected to play the role of confidant, therapist, or surrogate spouse, as well as perform adult duties such as caring for younger siblings, cooking, cleaning, managing finances, or earning money for family. Object constancy. Lack of object constancy is an inability to remember that people or objects are consistent, trustworthy, or reliable, especially when they are out of your immediate field of vision. With lack of object constancy, one may find it difficult to retain positive feelings about someone once they make mistakes or have disagreements within relationships. If you do something they don't like or unhappy with, or they notice a flaw, you suddenly become all bad and they devalue you. They cannot see you as someone that they love and someone who has angered them at the same time. This can cause you to find yourself constantly going back and forth on how you feel about your loved ones. Hurry. The admirers and suppliers of narcissistic supply for the narcissist can consist of current love interest, past love interest, people the narcissist flirts with, family members, friends, co-workers, or anyone that the narcissist keeps in his or her circle to tell him or her how great he or she is. They all play different roles, and he or she may switch them out as favored or preferred members of the inner circle. They also may fall from grace if they do not play their roles accordingly. Bait and switch. To be clear, there will obviously be disappointments and frustration at some point in every relationship. Being human, we all make mistakes, but those are very different situations from the concept of bait and switch. Bait and switch is not a matter of making a mistake or having a change of heart. It's intentional manipulation. Someone makes a promise to do something in order to get what she or he wants at that point in time, knowing all the while that he or she will never honor that promise. It's not unusual for the person who engages in bait and switch to try to turn the tables on his or her partner by either the partner or denying that he or she ever admitted to a problem or said he or she would change. Victims don't fall for narcissists because they are cruel in the beginning. Narcissists first show them an intense amount of attention, affection, and what feels like love before they begin to slowly reveal a side of themselves that is cold, inattentive, and vicious, making it difficult for the victim to know what they should believe about how their partner feels about them, and whether they should hold out for the narcissist to stop treating them unkindly. The fact that it's an intentional act is what makes people on the receiving end of bait and switch feel so confused, upset, and betrayed. This act, also known as the mean and sweet cycle or the nice and nasty cycle. Future faking. Future faking is bedmates with the people pleasing habit, telling what they want to hear. We are all guilty of the latter at times, but when we do it on the regular, we have become adrift not just from who we are, but also from what we know that we are actually going to do. We are also being far too short term. If we are truly thinking beyond the moment and not enjoying the flattery of their action, might think a bit harder about the expectations that we are creating and even any commitments that we are making. Narcissists make grandiose promises about the life they plan to lead with a partner to fake intimacy and make them feel as if they are closer to the narcissist or more familiar with him or her than they actually are.